So let's start. First of all, we are in the Euro USD chart. You can use any time frame because the Fibonacci levels work on any time frame, but obviously just like with everything, the higher the time frame, the better, because there is better confirmation and stronger confirmation. So in this case, we will go to the 4 hours, but as I said already, you can use it on any time frame. What I recommend to do is to use it at least in a 1 hour or 4 hours chart. So as you can see, this is a naked chart. There is nothing, there is no support and resistance levels, there is no trend line. Obviously, keep in mind that if you put the Fibonacci levels together with trend lines and support and resistance, then there will be stronger analysis and higher chances of being in profit. If you don't know how to use support and resistance levels, I made a video about that already on how to use them successfully, so go check it out. Right now, let's start with the Fibonacci levels. As I said already, stay with me because this will help you big time. It will help you a lot with your trading. It will help you become successful because Fibonacci levels are crucial, and in my opinion, they are my favorite tool. So first of all, let's just draw it somewhere random. As you can see, this is the levels that you find in TradingView when it is the first time that you draw the Fibonacci levels. Let me check just a second. Alright, so these are the levels, as you can see. And we need to change them, so stay with me and change them just like how I do. So double click, go to settings, as you can see, click settings right here, and as you can see, you have all of these levels. So I personally don't use the 0.5, and I also delete all of these which we don't need, and I keep the rest, as you can see. Sometimes I tend to also delete this one because I don't look for 0.23 retracement because they are too small. So let's just delete also that one, and I will explain to you why in a second. Then, in order to have my chart more clean, because remember that your chart always have to be clean, I also delete the background, and I only use one color, which is black, and there you go. You have your perfect Fibonacci levels right here. So first of all, let's delete this because they will be the same from now on. First of all, you have to identify the trend. So first step, identify the trend. Let me just write it for you. So identify the trend. There you go. So in this case, what do you think? Are we in an uptrend or downtrend? I will say obviously that we are in an uptrend. As you can see, we are making higher highs and higher lows. As you can see, high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and this could be a new higher low. So in this case, we are in an uptrend. When we are in an uptrend, we have to draw the Fibonacci levels from bottom to top. And then when we are in a downtrend, it is the reverse. So we have to, if we are in a downtrend, we have to draw the Fibonacci's from the top to the bottom. But we will see that later when I see an example of a downtrend. So in this case, uptrend, correct? If you are in an uptrend, we have to draw them from the bottom to the top. So I will write that too. Uptrend equals to Fib levels from bottom to top, and vice versa. There we go. Wait a second. Alright, so in this case we will draw the Fibonacci's from the bottom to the top, so from right here to the top, right there. I don't know why they are still with colors. Let me check the colors just a second. Use one color because I want the black. There we go. Alright, so let me move these. Right, so as you can see, we are in this uptrend. We drew the Fibonacci levels from the bottom right here, as you can see, from here to the top right here. And in this case, what we are waiting for is a retracement to the downside in order to enter a buy. When do we want to enter a buy? We want to enter a buy when one of our Fibonacci levels act as support. So in my case, personally, I don't like using the 0.38 Fibonacci level, but I always wait for the 0.61 or 0.78 Fibonacci level. So these are my favorite two levels. And in this case, what you can do is to go to the settings and put these two colors in another color. So for example, red. So you can always recognize them correctly. So there you go, you have them in red, and you know that when those levels are reached, then you can enter a trade. What else can you do? You can look for some support and resistance levels. So for example, right here you have a resistance which then became a support, which perfectly corresponds to the 0.78 Fibonacci level. As you can see, right here, resistance, here's support, and then it corresponds perfectly to this level. So what we could do is to wait for the price to go to this level right here, and then start looking for some buys which could go up above the previous low. There you go. So let's look for other examples. So this is the first setup. This is how to use the Fibonacci levels correctly. But stay with me because there are some secrets for this tool. So let's go back and see if we have some other good examples. As you can see, your USD has been in an uptrend for some time. So it's not easy to find an example of a downtrend. There you go. Here it is, a nice example. As you can see, we have this downtrend. As you can see, easy to spot. Obviously, it is a downtrend. You can see that we have lower lows and lower highs, as you can see. And then we draw our Fibonacci levels from the top to the bottom. As I said, if it is an uptrend, from the bottom to the top. If it is a downtrend, from the top to the bottom. In this case, you can see that we had the retracement perfectly almost to the 0.61 Fibonacci level, and then we had a rejection in order to continue to the downside. If you check how many pips these are, they are almost, let me check, they are almost 350 pips, so that's a lot, just by using Fibonacci levels. We're not using anything else. We're not using support and resistance. We're not using trend lines. These are just Fibonacci levels. So as you can see, this is really important and really powerful tool for you to use. If you want to drop to some lower time frames, so let's go to GBP USD. Maybe you go to, let me see, to the 1 hour chart. So we go to the 1 hour. As I said already, it also works really good in the 1 hour chart. And then you start looking for uptrends and downtrends. That's all it is about. You look for a direction of the market and then you draw your Fibonacci levels. So in this case, we have an uptrend. We draw them from the bottom to the top. And then we start waiting for the retracement either to the 0.61 or 0.78 level. In this case, as you can see, there is a support right here at the 0.61. So we draw the support. And it could be a really nice idea to start considering some buys if we get a retracement to the 0.61 Fibonacci level. In this case, it is GBP USD. And in this case, we had an uptrend. So we drew the Fibonacci levels from bottom to the top, and then we are waiting right now for this level to be reached. Let's go back and see if we had another example. So a previous example could have been this one. We had this drop to the downside, so downtrend. Draw the Fibonacci levels from the top to the bottom. One second. There you go. Perfect retracement to the 0.61 Fibonacci level. We did a double top right here, so if you couldn't catch the first entry, you could have catch the second entry because it was a double top, and then we had a big drop. First it was, let me see, 100 pips drop, and then it was 200 pips drop. So that could have been an amazing trade, as you can see, just with Fibonacci levels 200 pips. So that's crazy, and all you have to do is to identify the direction of the market and draw the Fibonacci levels correctly in this way, as I'm showing you, and wait for your sweet spots, in this case the 0.61 or 0.78 Fibonacci levels, and enter your trades. That's why I always put Fibonacci levels on my charts, because they are very powerful. So one tip that I could share with you is to also use trend lines, but I will show you how to do that correctly in another video. Because if you use trend lines, support and resistance levels, and then Fibonacci levels together, your analysis will be very strong. Obviously, you cannot expect to win 100% of the times, because that's impossible in Forex trading. But if you manage your risk correctly, then you have higher chances of being profitable. So, I hope you liked this video. If you're not on my channels already, make sure to go in the description below and click in the free Telegram channel or my website if you want to sign up for VIP or for my course. And see you next time. Let me know if you found this helpful. I will do another video about trend lines and about confluence in trading, so how to use Fibonacci levels, how to use support and resistance, and also I will soon do another video about my trading experience and my journey. So see you next time and stay tuned.